The fish, as we got it, the koi, is sitting flat on the surface, and it's tilting back like this and tilting this way. So there's this sort of little twist going on. Now there are two sets of fins in this fish. There's some pectoral fins and there's some pelvic fins at the back. And we're going to put them to the side, but if we just have them sticking straight out, they won't look so interesting. So we're going to have one fin coming this way, as if it's rounding down to the background, which would be the wall, and here. Then on this side, we're going to lift it up like this. So we will get two different shapes to give it a bit more interest in the way the fish is turning in the water. So you'll need your drawings, which are in the download for the two sets of fins, and you need to cut them out. There's a left and a right. These are the fairly big ones at the front, the pectoral fins. So you cut them out with the grain going in this direction, and give yourself an extra bit here to hold it as we carve this. Here's the set for the pelvic fins, and they're a bit narrower. So we need four fins like this, and then we can start making them and fitting them. Here's the cutout for the pectoral fin on this side, and I want you to notice that because there's a curve here, I've got a bit of a curve on the edge here. So this is curved on this side. On the opposite side, it has more of a concave shape, just a little bit. But what we've got to try and do is get this edge here snug up against the fish. So having a bit of a curve to match the fish is going to be a good thing. The other thing that's important to say is that the bottom of the fin lies in the plane of the wall. So this will fit like this. And the way it'll fit is with a little bit of wood at the back here. So what I've done is I've marked with my marking gauge around here this piece of wood, which is going to be our joint wood that's going to attach it to the fish. Then this bit of wood here, which let me mark it in red so we can see it clearly, all this will be eventually removed. So there's all this top half here, or more than half. So this fin on this side is going to come down like this, but also going to come down into the fish here. So we're going to roll it into that bit there, so it rolls towards the body of the fish. I'm going to start by just taking a little bit off here. So this is going to be rounding over here. stopping just short of the background here because I do want to undercut it slightly. I'm coming round here, cleaning the surface up. On this side here, I'm going to put a little bit of a, so it comes over, a little bit of an S shape like that. So just to make it a little bit more interesting. Let me show you it. You see this here, this round coming up like that a little bit. So we get this fairly smooth surface and we're almost down to the line just there, but it's still quite strong enough to hold. And then I have a choice of leaving this really smooth like this from the chisel, or taking a rasp and just consolidating the surface. So here's the fin. I've rounded it over to here. It comes and has a bit of a, goes into a flat here, and that gives a much more of a thinner fin. So I've got the hump, if you like, here. It's also undercut a little bit. I don't know if you can see that here. So once I've got the overall shape sorted, I'm ready to put my flutes onto the surface. I've drawn the flutes by putting my finger, locking my finger on the corner and using a sort of pivot action of my hand like this, like that. So you can draw the flutes quite readily. Nice curves, rather than trying to draw it with your whole hand. The flutes will start off narrower here, somewhere in this area, which will actually tuck under the fish a little bit, and they get wider as they get over here. You don't need too many, we just need to sort of make an impact, if you like. So, I'm now going to create these flutes exactly as I did for the tail. Let's see, pick the right tool here. Not this one, and we're going to start just working my way downhill, paying attention as before to this ridge in between. That's really the bit we're going to see. So try and get a nice smooth line, not too deep, make sure we don't go through. Now from the top here, to go into there, we're going to have to swap to a smaller tool, a narrow tool, and come this way and marry the two cuts together. So let's try one over here. I'm going downhill, so this is really good, but there'll be some points where this tool might chew, in which case remember we have to come up this way on that side, backwards and forwards a little bit. When you've got them all running as true as you can. And I've come right down here at the end here as well. Then you can use your rifflers, or perhaps a smaller one like this, to start working that, or back to the sandpaper and the template. Start cleaning up just as before, working those lines, get that to a finish. So this is a finished surface at the top here. You can see that the edges are dipped like that. That's because I've undercut them here at the back, and I did that just by using sandpaper like this at an angle, and that creates this edge. So that's all nice and finished, ready to go. These bits here and here we'll finish off when we have it attached to the fish. So once you've done one, you can do all the remaining four, the pelvic and pectoral fins, and then we've got the fins ready to start thinking about attaching them.